I can.
Hello, Hailey. We're now
Hello.
joined by Hailey Van Lith, and we will begin the press conference. Use the raised hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question. First question comes from Tyler Griever from WHAS. Tyler, go ahead.
Hey, Hailey, you really got it going scoring in this game. Just what kind of was working for you out there, and what were you seeing?
Yeah, I think this game, I was just able to make reads, shoot it when the defense was giving me a shot, drive when they were pressing up, get my teammate a shot. I think it was a great game for everyone on our team. We set our feet, hit open shots, so we got it rolling a little bit.
Next question comes from Jody Demling. Jody, go ahead and identify yourself before asking your question.
Hey, Hailey, Jody Demling with Cardinal Authority. You and Kiana both yesterday kind of mentioned jitters or butterflies and knowing the NCAA tournament and being so young that you all maybe were going to have some. Did you feel like that's kind of what it just took a little bit to get going, kind of get your legs under you and get going in the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, before the game we were talking, and only 2 of our players have played in the NCAA tournament for Louisville. So obviously it's a really young team. And I wouldn't say more like nervous or scared, but just overall excitement. We were playing fast. It was just going a little too fast for us. So I think we got through the first half, got it under our belt, and we executed in the second half.
Next question is from Cameron Teague Robinson from the Courier Journal. Go ahead, Cameron.
Hey, Hailey, that second quarter when Coach Walz decided to go small, it really seemed like it changed a lot for you all. What do you think? What do you see the benefits of that small ball lineup is for you all? Because it didn't seem like you guys did that a lot this year.
Yeah, I mean, when you put all of our guards in, we have a lot of 3-level scorers at the guard spot, so that just becomes really hard for defenses to guard. And we got the ball moving, we got some steals. Our guards get out in passing lanes, D up, on ball. So we just were able to speed up the tempo and get some easy layups.
Next question is from Christopher Heidel from Herb FM Sports. Go ahead, Christopher.
Hey, Hailey, thanks for taking my question. Just talk about you guys. You're off for like 2 weeks since that tough loss to NC State. What did you guys do differently to get yourself focused on this game?
Yeah, I mean, in practice, we did a lot of transition drills just to work on converting on our steals because we knew we were going to get up in this game and pressure. So we worked a lot on that. And overall, just getting each other shots. I think when you have a lot of scores on the court like we do, we can make the game really simple. And that's what we did in the second half.
Next question comes from Kent Spencer. Kent, go ahead and identify yourself before asking your question.
Yeah, Hailey, Ken Spencer, WHAS 11 here in Louisville. When you guys kind of turned up the heat defensively in the second quarter, do you think that kind of took the lid off for you guys a little bit? It seemed like you guys were playing freer from that point on.
Yeah, like I said, we just turned it up on defense, got easy layups. You know, we saw it go in. And that just gets us excited. We started playing as a team. We turned it up. We had energy. So it just made the game fun for us.
Tyler Griever, you've got the next question. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, hey, there was a stretch. The third quarter, I think Dana only played 2 minutes in that quarter, and y'all really extended the lead and kind of blew that thing open. Just what does that mean to you to be able to extend the lead in that fashion with her not really being out there for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of great players on this team, and obviously Dana's an All-American, and she's our go-to girl, and she's going to have a great tournament for us, and she's our leader. But we have a lot of great players that we're going to showcase, and that's what's going to take us far in this tournament. And, yeah, we proved that in the second half. So,
Jody Demling, you're up next. Go ahead, Jody.
Hailey, when Alana made some good plays defensively to kind of get things going in that third quarter, she was really big. Scored 7 straight for you guys. Can you just kind of speak on her, what she did for you guys tonight and kind of different in her scoring? She hadn't played a ton recently, but getting 7 in a row, that was a big lift.
Yeah, I mean, she proved it in the ACC tournament. She was a spark for us in that came in and got defensive stop, came in and hit shots in the ACC tournament. So we weren't expecting anything less. I mean, I've been talking to her. She knows that that's what we need from her. We need that spark. We need that defensive energy from her, and she's going to do it. I know she is. So a lot of confidence in her on that end.
Final questions from Cameron Teague Robinson from Louisville Courier-Journal. Go ahead, Cameron.
Yeah, Hailey, kind of off that. Yeah, I mean, Alana played well. Narika had 6 steals today. Romani Park came in. I mean, Malia Williams had some shots. How much do you feel like that ACC tournament, when you guys were able to get so many players in the game and get them confidence, helped for this specific moment when you guys needed them the most?
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying all year, we're a deep team. Our players off the bench provide spark. Their scores, they can shoot, they can pass, they can D-up. So Narika, with the 6 steals was insane, and Alana was the spark. Malaya coming off the bench cold, really went 3 for 3, but they called the travel on her. That just shows like what we got on our bench and the production they have for us, and that's what's going to make us tough in the long run. So
go ahead and wrap us up, Jody.
Hailey, just for your game and kind of you hit some shots in the ACC tournament and kind of got your stroke back tonight. What did you feel like your first NCAA? I know you've been dreaming about this moment to play on the stage. What was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working my whole life just to get this opportunity, and this is a really great team. I love my teammates, and we have a chance to go really deep. So I just had fun tonight. I was turning up with the 10 fans we had. I was hyping them up. I was hyping my teammates up. It was just a fun game, and I love playing in the NCAA tournament. I'm really excited and have great confidence in my teammates.
Thank you, Hailey. We'll be joined by Coach Jeff Walz momentarily. Please use this moment to use the raised hand function.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Hailey. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Coach Walz, thanks for joining us. You can give us just a brief opening statement on the game, and then we'll take questions.
Sure. First I'd like to congratulate Brian and Marist. I thought his team really came out and competed and played hard. Just really did some really nice things offensively, defensively as well. That kind of kept us off balance in that first half. So really impressed, and it's nothing that I did not expect. I mean, I've got a ton of respect for their program and what Brian's done. So we were just thrilled to be able to turn the pressure and get the tempo of the game the way we wanted it there. We wanted it to be like that in the first half, but unfortunately we just didn't play as hard as we needed to. But really got things going there in the second.
First question comes from Louisville Courier-Journal's Cameron Teague Robinson. Cameron, go ahead.
Yeah, Jeff, kind of going off the pressure, it seemed like that small ball lineup in the second quarter really kind of changed things for you guys. Was that something that you wanted to do throughout this game? Was that something you thought could work against them?
Well, it just got to a point because of how they play with the 5-out motion and, everybody's all over the floor. They don't have a traditional, per se, post player that's going to be in the low block. So I had to try to switch something up to try to get the tempo of the game going the way we wanted it to go. So I just went with 5 guards. We pressed and really tried to get things going, and it gave us a spark. I thought, I believe at the end of the first quarter there, we went 5 guards after on a free throw. We get the rebound. We come down the floor, and Hailey hits Norika for a 3 to end the quarter, which was a big bucket for us.
Next question is from Doug Feinberg from the Associated Press. Go ahead, Doug.
Coach, congrats on the win. I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir, Doug.
The first one, was it nice to coach a first round game again after you had to miss 2019 for a NCAA suspension?
Doug, I'll start with that. Yes, it was nice to be back. I paid my fine. I served my time. What's that old saying? If you commit the crime, you got to pay your time. I guess that's what I did. So yes, it was nice to be back on the sideline for a first round NCAA tournament game.
And my second question is, you had mentioned to me before that you thought there were some jitters tonight with so little experience on this court. Was that first quarter, I mean, was that some of the jitters? I mean, you missed some layups and things that I'm sure you guys normally would have hit in the scheme of things?
Yeah, Doug, I really think so. And that's why, my staff was getting a little uptight there, called timeout. I'm like, guys, we're not calling a timeout. I told you this was going to happen. And it did. Defensively, we really weren't all that bad. We just missed layups. We missed open shots. We hit the side of the backboard. I mean, just it's what takes place in the first round of the NCAA tournament at times when there's a lot of expectations. And that's the one thing that the kids learn to play with is we're not, we're a 2 seed. You're expected to win. Well, we have players that have never been in that position before in the NCAA tournament, and it showed. But I was really proud of the way we battled and fought through it and really started to play well there, middle of the second quarter on.
Next question is from Tyler Griever from WHAS. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, Jeff, I think Dana only played, a couple minutes there in the third quarter. What'd you like from your team in that to show you that they could really extend the lead out and take full control of that game with her on the bench for so long?
Yeah, no, I was really impressed. I thought we played well. I thought we played really well. We extended the lead. We kept the tempo. We moved the basketball extremely well at the offensive end. We cut. And defensively, we really picked up the pressure. And, it's the one thing I've been saying all year. We have a really talented team. Dana is an All-American, and it's not by accident. She's had an unbelievable year. And we're going to need her to play like we know she can play. But during that little stretch, we're playing some really good basketball. So I kept going with that group that was out there. We extended the lead. I thought Dana, when I put her back in there in the fourth quarter, she made that three in front of our bench. She made 2 driving layups, a pull-up. So it was great to see the ball go in the basket. And that's what we're going to need from her as we go forward.
Next question is from Eric Crawford from WDRB. Go ahead, Eric.
Jeff, especially in the second quarter, but really throughout, I thought, Norika Kono and Mikasa is just being active on defense, getting deflections was a big thing that kind of got things going there in the second quarter. And I don't know if you chart deflections, but they had to have a ton, and the whole team did. Your thoughts on them?
Yeah, we do chart our deflections, and I haven't seen that yet. But I know Norika, I think, just is tied for 5th now. And school history with steals in an NCAA tournament game with 6. And I thought her and Mikasa were fantastic. Norika's got a really high basketball IQ. She anticipates the next pass. She goes after offensive rebounds as well as any guard as we have on this team, and gave us a lot of extra possessions, which is what you've got to get in the NCAA tournament, especially when you start off shooting the ball the way that we did. Mikasa, she does what Mikasa does. I mean, you never question. There's not one game we've ever had that you're going to question her effort during the game, after the game. It's always there, and that's really impressive because she gets a lot of her offense from her defense. And if she's getting 6 points a game, she's excited about that. Where some players, if they're not scoring, they might not defend as well. But Koss takes a lot of pride in being active. And not only is she great at the defensive end, but some of the screens she sets for flares are really, really good. So she was an asset for us at both ends of the floor.
Next question is from Christopher Heidel from Herb FM Sports. Go ahead, Christopher.
Hey, Coach Jeff. Congratulations on the win tonight, sir.
Thank you.
Just talk about, what did you guys do for the last 2 weeks? I know you had a tough loss to NC State in the ACC title game. What did you guys work on to get yourself prepared for an NCAA tournament game?
Well, we obviously took a few days off, which was really important. and then did a lot of just working on us, execution, half-court execution, working on some defense, rebounding. And then as soon as the draw came out, then obviously we start working on preps, on game preps. So, we had several days to be able to work on Marist and then do some things that Central Florida might do and Northwestern might do to try to give us a little bit of try to get us a little bit ahead of the game for Wednesday night's ball game. But there's no doubt it's going to be a battle.
Next question is from Louisville Courier Journal's Cameron Teague Robinson. Go ahead, Cameron.
Yeah, Jeff, there were times during that game where I think we could hear you yelling, rotate the ball, move the ball. When against a team like Marist, who's so good defensively, especially in the half court, how important is that ball moving and you guys improving in the half court offense?
Well, and I'm hoping that's all you could hear. But we did not do a very good job in the first quarter of getting the ball moving. We waited to get guarded until we tried to make a move. And then I thought as the game progressed, we really tried to get each other shots. And when we do that, it's pretty special, especially the way we started that third quarter. We get a few in transition where we push it, and then we get it reversed. Kiana Smith, I think, hits 2 threes in transition that really got us going, and then that opens up things for the post to be able to play. I thought Olivia Cochran really demanded the ball there, starting the third quarter, and did some great things for us. And it's just a different ball game. Like today, as I said, they don't have true post players, so it really puts a challenge on ours to be able to guard on the perimeter and in the post. And we just weren't doing a great job of that because we don't see that very often. You just don't see it very often in the ACC. So that's something that we can learn from and we'll continue to work on.
Got time for a couple more. Jody Demling, Cardinal Authority. Go ahead, Jody.
Jeff, hey, what you mentioned Norika, she was big in that run in the third quarter, and Alana's defense, she sparked a few, but then she scored 7 in a row for you offensively. Can you speak on what she brought to the table tonight when she was out there?
Yeah, Alana's a very, very talented player. My challenge with her is getting her to consistently work on her game. Practice time, we're not able to practice enough for you to become a better player. We are working on, what we need to do as a team. And when Alana fully buys into getting in the gym on her own and spending the extra time shooting, working on ball handling, she's got a chance to be really, really good. And during these last 2 weeks, she's been in the gym more. She's wanted to put the time in. And I think it showed today. She made open shots. She made nice plays with the ball and getting her teammates involved. Defensively, in our 1-2-2 press there, she did a really nice job of getting her hands on some passes and turning them into offensive points.
Tyler Griever, WHAS. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, Jeff, Hailey found a bit of her scoring stroke again in the ACC tournament and then comes out tonight and leads y'all in scoring. What's the thing in her game that shows you that she's clicking offensively, like that she's in a flow and in a rhythm and can fill it up like that?
Well, it's nothing within her offensive game. The thing about Hailey is she competes. She can. I never question her and Mikasa by far are my two that when they're out on the floor, they're giving you 100% every time. Hailey had her feet set on a few of the passes, like the offensive rebound and the kick out by Liz Dixon to Hailey for the 3. Her feet were set. She didn't think about it. She rose up and knocked it down. And when she plays like that, it's pretty impressive. And then when we try to do too much at times is when it's not. But she really was decisive in what she wanted to do when she got the ball. At times it was a score, other times it was to get others involved. So really, really pleased and with how efficient she was. I think she was 7 for 11 from the field. When you can be that efficient, it's showing that you're being extremely patient at the offensive end and not forcing things.
Final question from Cameron Teague Robinson of the Courier Journal. Go ahead, Cameron.
Yeah, Jeff, you said you looked at Northwestern just a little bit, but I don't know if you had a chance to watch the game. They had 2 pretty dynamic scoring guards. Just kind of what do you know about them, and what do you think you guys have to do to kind of slow them down?
Well, I know they're really good, and Joe does a great job of coaching that team. We are, we'll get back tonight and get a bite to eat, and then start watching some more film, trying to figure out our plan before we go to practice tomorrow and implement it. But at the end of the day, at this time of the year, you've got to figure out a way to put the ball in the basket. You've got to be able to score. So we're going to really have to figure out how we're going to attack that zone, make sure we get good shots, and then we've got to get back in transition defense and make it difficult for them to score. We can't give them easy baskets in transition, and those guards have done a really good job of taking advantage when people don't get back.
Jeff, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck in the next round.
I appreciate y'all, guys. Thank you so much.
That'll do it for this post-game news conference. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.